What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we got an interesting one, a fun one. Sigur Rós Top 10 Songs, brought to us by our patron, longtime supporter of the channel, Osman. Osman likes to challenge me, and this one will be a challenge in a very good kind of way. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button below. If you'd like to support us in any way the patrons make this thing go, check out the Patreon link below and our social media, Instagram, great Facebook group, and we live stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Friday, and sometimes some other days of the week as well. So give us a follow there. All right, let's dive in this. I've done a song reaction or maybe a battle to these guys, but I've never really done anything else. Osman says this list was really difficult to put together. I ended up with a short list of 19 songs and then a mixture of personal preference and time constraints. Maybe choose this list, but there were some songs, especially two, that were painful to leave out. So if you're watching me for the first time, just remember, guys, these top 10s are really hard to put together. Sigur Rós is an Icelandic post-rock band from, and I'm just not going to get these words right. In all due respect, if this is your language, I do the best I can. I mean, I live in the U.S. It just is what it is, man. Reykjavik. I know some of these letters you don't pronounce. I just don't have time to go do homework on all of this stuff because we have so many videos. They've been active since 1994, known for their ethereal sound. Frontman Jónsi's falsetto vocals and their use of bowed guitar. The band's music incorporates classical and minimalistic aesthetic elements. They have 7 albums. So I did go watch some interviews with them and stuff to try to get the names right, but we will see. Hopelandic, also known as Von Lenska, is a term coined by the band to refer to the vocalizations that Jónsi sings on in lieu of lyrics in Icelandic or English. It takes its name from Von, a song of Sigur Rós' debut album, Von, where it was first used. However, not all their songs are in Hopelandic. Many are sung in Icelandic. I did a bunch of research for this, so hopefully I can point those out and I'm right. This differs from both natural and constructed languages used for human communication. It consists of strings of meaningless syllables containing non-lexical vocabs, and there is no grammatical relation between or among syllables, nor are they accompanied by clearly defined word boundaries. So basically, it's just, you can't, you just don't know what he's singing in here, but it's okay because it's more about the soundscape. So all that to say, you already see the number 10 song. It's up. Guys, I'm not even going to pretend to be able to pronounce these. I do have the English equivalent, though. The number 10 song, We Play Endlessly, from the 2008 album, With a Buzz in Our Ears, We Play Endlessly. Once again, I'm going for the English translation here. All the lyrics for the album were originally intended to be in English, but in the end, the band decided that Icelandic felt more natural to them. Now, if you've never watched before, I'm not going to have the songs up in the YouTube video, but there will be a link below where you can listen along if you want, if you just want to know what I think. Hang out here. I am going to have all the lyrics up in English. I cannot 100% tell you that the lyrics were translated correctly from the websites that I use. I mean, I want to think that they were, but that's what I'm going to go on, guys. So thanks again, Osman. Appreciate it. Let's check this one out. There you have it. We Play Endlessly. Great strings, great brass. It's the instrumentation. The atmosphere is fantastic. And basically the gist of the song from the lyrics that I'm reading. We drove all over the place through the sun and dusty gravel. We all saw so much, yes, the world's realm and black asphalt. And we get the we played. A never-ending day is over. Yes, endless and bright. We get the we played everywhere. We all saw so much. We can do everything all over again. A never-ending day is over. Yes, recall and now remember. Then we get the chorus again. We play endlessly. We play endlessly together. We play all over together. We all sing together. Just a recollection of good times that we could maybe relive again. We play endlessly. So it could either be for the band or it could be with a romantic interest. Not really sure what slant, but did enjoy that one. It's one of the shorter tunes on this list. And next up, you already see it down below, number 9. It's a translated Thin Thread from their 2013 album, translated Fuse or Candlewick. It's their 7th studio album. Went to 14 in the U.S. It's the first album since their debut, Von, not to feature Jartan Svennesson. I know I messed that up, guys. Following his departure in 2012. Once again, I'll have the lyrics up. Let's check it out. There you have it, a fine thread. And, sometimes we run into this when we do foreign language songs. Sometimes the interpretations, lyrically, even if the translation I'm reading is correct, the meaning of it's not exactly right because sometimes there's not a word in English. It's the same as a word that's used in the native language. So I was trying to figure out the whole time what this song's about, yet I was enjoying the ambience of it and just the sound, the soundscape. I just enjoyed this song a lot. I'm not really sure what it's about. Invisible she creeps behind, unprotected and unprepared. Invisible she crawls behind, exposed on the mountain pass. Invisible she steps to the ground, invisible she rushes from within. If he saw the approaching steps with blue fists, and he can't speak or quench his thirst. And then the whole, now do we lose direction, and beneath do we sever the rope, and now do we find ourselves alone again, and weaknesses reach us, and now do we lose hold, and now falling backwards at the end of the chord, that they hang on to a fine thread. So I wasn't trying to read you the whole lyrics, but if you're following along, you speak English and you don't know what this is saying, it gives you a little bit of it. So maybe it's a couple, they're together, they're romantically involved, and all this stuff's going on. They're kind of hanging on to that fine thread. If they saw everything that was coming down the path, they don't, who knows if they'd make it. But hey guys, I don't know, man. That's just an American trying to interpret these lyrics, and I might be totally wrong. Let's move on. Still enjoy that one immensely. Let's move on to number 8. The Heart Pounds, Boom Boom Boom, from A Good Beginning album in 1999, their second studio album, their breakthrough album. Rolling Stone's number 29 best album of the 2000s decade. High praise. It represented a substantial departure from their previous album, Vaughn, with that album's extended ambient soundscapes replaced by Jonesy's now signature cello-bowed guitar work and lush orchestration, using a double-string octet amongst other chamber elements. 7-minute epic song. Let's check this one out. There you have it. In English, The Heart Pounds, Boom Boom Boom. And I mentioned it during the reaction. By far the most diverse instrumentally that we've heard so far up to this point. The start of it almost sounded like it'd be a 1970s song from here in the U.S., and then it just goes into all these different directions. The soundscape was just almost mesmerizing the longer you got into it, being a 7-minute track. There was some call and response on there, just a lot of different stuff. The lyrics themselves, I might be a broken record on this, I hope not, but the lyrics themselves don't exactly, I kind of get it. You're just kind of looking within yourself. I think the most important part of it is the chorus repeated a couple times. I speak aloud and travel inside myself searching. I search for life for a while. I stand in place. With hope as my friend, I wake up sometime. I look for an all right start, but it becomes a disappointment. And then we get the heart stops, doesn't move with the call and response. I insert a pacemaker, the call and response, which I swallow and hide. I find a jumper cable and turn myself on. See everything double black, and you don't want to hook up a battery. Double black. So interesting wordplay. Really enjoyed that one. Now we're going to move on to number 7. Hopping Into Puddles, from the album Thanks in 2005. Their 4th studio album, 27 in the US. This was released as a single, went to 24 in the UK. Lyrics are mainly in Icelandic with some nonsensical phrases and, of course, Hopelandic. As with many of the band's songs, it was given a nickname in the early stages of writing. It was called the Money Song, as the band was certain they had written a song which would have commercial success, and it is the band's most successful single. Artists just know, man. And I could find more about what this song was, the subject matter. It's about the carefree time as a child when one can find great joy and freedom by jumping in the rain puddles. So I like that. I think most of us remember my childhood wasn't exactly fantastic, but you still had carefree moments compared to the pressures that get on you in adulthood. It was used in 2006 advertisements for the BBC's Planet Earth television series, giving the band exposure to a mainstream audience. That's a good one to land in. A high demand for the single led to it being republished in May of 2006, distributed by EMI. This re-release of the single brought critical acclaim for the band in the mainstream music media. It was used again 10 years later in 2016 for Planet Earth 2, as well as Blue Planet 2 the following year. It just goes to show you, man, music can be great, artists can be talented. You just need that break, man, to be pushed to the mainstream. And one of the best ways is either being used in commercials or a TV series or in a very popular movie. Because the TV series is great though, right? And the commercial, because you hear the song over and over, there becomes a familiarity. Record companies are smart. They release it. Everyone hears it and goes, oh yeah, I know that. So looking forward to this one. Hopping Into Puddles. They nicknamed it the Money Song to start with. I can see why. Just a great soundscape, man. Great building. More traditional building and choruses, like you can tell, even though I don't speak the language. It starts out smiling, spinning round and round, holding hands, the whole world a blur. but you were standing so completely drenched, no rubber boots running inside us, want to erupt from a shell. You know, that carefree childhood time where I could just go out and do whatever. I don't have any worries. Talks about the wind, jump into puddles with no boots on, completely drenched with no boots on. Just a really good song. Enjoyed that one. It's probably my favorite so far. But we still got a lot of the list left. So on that note, let's go to number 6. It's Caution from the album Roller in 2012. Their 6th studio album. Went to number 8 in the UK and 7 in the US. So more popular album than any that we've looked at so far. This was released as a limited edition 10-inch vinyl single to coincide with the 2012 summer tour. It was used as a backing for an interpretive dance in the 13th season finale of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm familiar with the show. I don't watch it, but popping up in that TV show, as I said earlier. Let's check this one out. There you have it, Caution, or it can also be translated as Warning, coming in at number 6. I read it's a song about being cautious when it comes to love. I can get that out of the lyrics somewhat. 3 laid out in fields of everything melted, all out, and let's light the bonfire candles and the winds from far away. Talking about brick walls all everywhere and enough bones are cold, kills everything, warning, outside part of the ice cold, let's light a bonfire when it's evening. So maybe the fact that love is really hard, we got to be cautious, it can get really cold, we're going to light that bonfire and try to bring us back together. The last half of this song had no lyrics to soundscape. Beautiful. Like you just get lost in it, man. Absolutely enjoyed that. Halfway through the list, what I expected. The production is spot on. It's something I would just turn the lights off on, throw these headphones on and listen to, and just transport you to a nice, relaxing, different world. So much enjoyed it. Let's get to the top half of this list. And coming in at number 5, we have Within Me, a Lunatic Sings from the album With a Buzz in Our Ears, We Play Endlessly in 2008. This was the lead single. Let's get after it. Well, there you have it. Within Me, a Lunatic Sings, or also Inside Me, a Madman Fool Sings is another way I saw it interpreted. I told you it was the lead single. I saw something else that said it was the second single. I know it's irrelevant. I just like to have all the right info. Basically, he's declaring his love for this woman. You know, at the speed of stars, inside a heart explodes, wreckage of a plane, down in the earth sinks. I make a wish and now close my eyes. Yes, please. Low moving dance. Everything is forgotten for a tiny, tiny moment. It still comes true. Opening eyes. Oh no. And then calls her my best friend. And when we meet, when we kiss, the lips burnt. Let us hold hands. I see you awoken. Inside me, a madman fool sings. Otherwise, I think the interpretation's a little difficult on the lyrics, but I can get the idea of what they're talking about. A more upbeat song, atmospherically. Enjoyed that part of it. I mean, I enjoy their other songs as well that I've come across so far, but this one just a little more, I guess, happy, for lack of a better. The other ones aren't depressing, but you know, we're getting after it a little more here. This is going to take us to the longest track, Sleepwalking Angels from the album A Good Beginning in 1999. It was a single. It says it appears in a lot of movies and TV shows, so I'll be curious if I recognize it. Features their signature sound of a cello bow played against guitar strings with heavy reverb. Lyrics describe the birthing process from the perspective of the soon-to-be newborn. Now, I already have the lyrics pulled up, and there is not a lot of them. It's 10 minutes long, so I expect a lot of fantastic soundscape. Let's get after this one. Well, there you have it. Sleep Angels or Sleepwalking Angels. Just what I thought. A 10-minute atmospheric journey, as I like to say, on occasion. You know, it starts off, I'm here once more anew inside of you. So it's the baby talking, I don't know, once more. It's so nice to be in here, but I can't stay for long. I float around in liquid hibernation connected to the electricity board. And then this sound that is a sound that Icelanders make to comfort infants. I'm not going to try to recreate that for you. But the weight makes me uneasy. I kick the fragility away from me and I shout, I have to go, help. And then bathed in new light, I cry and cry, disconnected because no longer connected to the mom in the same way. An unused brain is put on breast and is fed by sleepwalkers. So an interesting subject. It fits their music from what I've seen so far. I can just see them playing this in concert and everybody was kind of getting lost in the atmosphere. A really nice choice there. We are already to number 3. Next up, as you see below, Untitled, number 1. Vodka is the name of Ori's daughter, which comes up in this song. It's from the album that's just has these little brackets. The band calls it the Bracket album from 2002. Their third album went to 51 in the U.S., made up of 8 untitled tracks. The first side, the first 4 tracks are lighter and more optimistic, which this is from, while the latter 4 are bleaker and more melancholic. The 2 halves are divided by 36-second silence, and the album opens and closes with a click of distortion, which we're going to get to, I guess, because we got the first track here. And the entire album's lyrics are sang in Hopelandic, of course, the made-up language. So this was the lead single. Let's check it out. Well, there you have it, Untitled, number 1, also known as Vodka. Although he sings this in Hopelandic, he's actually singing it in English. The lyrics just are kind of gibberish, but I don't think they really are. You sat along the fire, you saw the light, you sat along the fire, you're so in love, so you've suffered so long, you're so alone, you sigh so long, you shone, you sigh. So somebody who's in despair, right, and has been in despair for a long time. Why? Who knows? But once again, I know I'm a broken record, but it's all about the atmosphere. But I really enjoyed that one. You kind of get lost in that one, as you can in most of these songs. Now we're on to song number 2, Glowing Soul, from the album Thanks in 2005 is the lead single. First part of the name is a combination meaning to glow, shine, or glitter, and soul. The second part of the name means sun. In combination, it can be understood as a childish way of saying glowing sun or let the sun glow. Let's check this one out. Sounds like a baby's toy there, I guess, with the glowing sun, everything coming. I like this one. It really built. I could feel it because of the meaning of the song. Glowing sun, now that you're awake, everything seems different. I look around, but there's nothing at all. Puts on her shoes, kind of walks out. She is with the sun and it's out here, but where are you? Go on a journey and roam the streets, can't see the way out. And so use the stars. She sits for eternity and then climbs out. She's the glowing sun. So come out, I awake from a nightmare. My heart is beating out of control. And then the last part is, here you are, glowing sun, glowing sun. So I don't know if it's maybe a little shout out. Maybe he lost someone that he loved, but the ending minute 45, the guitars come in more and you just feel this upbeat, like fantastic feeling, just a great track. And now we're up to number 1. You see it below. It's translated Rowboat from the 2008 album With a Buzz in Our Ears, We Play Endlessly. Our number 10 track, so this book ends nicely, was from that We Play Endlessly. It's almost 9 minutes long. Let's check it out. Rowboat. What a way to end this. Osmond did a great job, because the last 3 minutes of that song, 2.5 minutes of that song, the way it built, almost like a heaven-like choir coming out, it seemed like the end of an epic list, right? It was the perfect ending to a, quote, album, to this top 10 list. Most impassioned vocals by Yancey. You could feel the emotion in it. You tried everything, yes, 1,000 times, experienced enough, been through enough, but it was you who let everything into my heart, and it was you who once again awoke my spirit. I parted, you stir up emotions in a blender, everything in disarray, but it was you who was always there for me, and it was you who never judged me, my true friend. And then it finishes out with some Hopelandic stuff. Wow, that track was tremendous. Now we come to my favorite tracks. I always pick 3. I'm going to go with the last track, Rowboat. I'm actually going to go with the number 2, Glowing Soul. That third one is really, really tough. I'm going to go with Hopping into Puddles, but there wasn't anything on here I didn't like. It's a different kind of listen, right? Obviously, I don't speak the language, so that you got that barrier. But it's so atmospheric. The strings are awesome. The production is tremendous, spot on. The instrumentation is spot on, just what you would expect. But I do get it. Even though I don't speak the language, I get it. This is a top 10 list I'm going to save in my Spotify and just put on when I want to chill, right? Because it just has that kind of vibe. I really enjoyed it. Appreciate you bringing this to me, Osmond. I appreciate everybody who followed along with me. Let me know what you think of this list, of Sigur Rós. And like I said, I did the best I could. This American did the best he could with interpreting things. I can't promise that all the lyrics were exactly right. I got a couple trusted sources, but they're not always correct. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. And until next time, I will see you.